We are here once again alongside Harry Mays, Eitan Shander, courtesy of the great people at FanCred. Come on, Harry, you got to turn your computer down. The feedback from the game is coming through already.
I need to turn the volume down. I've been so riveted by the action.
Come on, this is like our 9th one now. You should know better than this.
By the play of J.J. Redick and Jimmy Butler tonight has me so riveted that I lost control of my volume. I apologize.
Okay, well, here we are in a game that is impossible to figure out because the Sixers have looked like dog shit more often than not. Yet it's still there are times in which they've been able to cut this thing. Yet now, as we stand once again, they can't do anything when they cut it. The Celtics extend the lead, and here we are, a timeout, thinking, all right, now they're back up. They were just cut it to 5, and now they're back down 11 again.
I know. There was a quote from J.J. Redick before the game, something to the effect of about the mentality, like they psychologically need to figure out how to beat this team, like something to that effect. And when you have a veteran player saying something like that, which I totally agree with, but he's letting that out to the public, out to the fan base, that tells you how concerned they are as a group about the Celtics. And that worries the hell out of me.
Well, it should. And here's why I'm concerned, okay? Because I'm about to go on TV here in Philadelphia tomorrow morning.
No, not again.
And eat a concoction of shit, all right? Eat a concoction of shit because I thought this team would be good. I thought this team would be able to put something together, and now I'm going to be stuck drinking some shit out of a blender.
Well, what is it? Because I drink stuff out of a blender every morning. We're doing these smoothies now. Me and Nalima are doing the smoothies. We put spinach. We put carrots. We put turmeric, all kinds of stuff, protein powder, blueberries, strawberries. It's actually kind of good, and it's good for you. But what do you drink?
Tomorrow they're putting in, if the Celtics win, if the Celtics beat the Sixers, in the blender they're putting a Boston cream donut, they're putting clam chowder, and Boston baked beans.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's awful.
And they're going to blend that together, and I'm going to have
to get the donut and or the Boston cream pie kind of thing. I'm good with that.
Right.
But when you start saying chowder along with, what was the other thing, baked beans?
Boston baked beans.
I'm out on baked beans.
Yeah, I don't eat baked beans. I don't eat beans.
Yeah. I like beans. I like a nice white bean or something in a soup.
A black bean in like a tortilla, right?
Beans, yes, in a tortilla. Yeah. Very nice item.
But I don't eat those other beans. I'm out on the fava beans too. I don't know about you.
Right. Yeah.
I don't eat.
No, as long as you have a nice Chianti to go with the fava beans, I'm in.
All right. Here's what we do. We already have somebody on the fan line, right? So you pop up. Go live on the fan line. We'll bring you right up on the fan line. Mark in Jersey is on the fan line. It's as easy as this. We'll bring Mark right up. All your comments about the game and everything else, you know the drill now. We've been doing this for months. It's Harry Mays, Eitan Shander, Sixers 3rd/4th quarter live. Let's bring Mark in Jersey up on the fan line. What's up, Mark?
Oh my
dude, what's up?
I got Wu-Tang and Purple Drank at the same time.
Oh,
yo, yes.
What's going on?
Yes,
fellas. I'm basically trying to keep my mind off the Sixers game for like 30 seconds. Because, I think the Sixers are playing against 8 people tonight, and I'm not.
Yeah,
they're playing against 8. They're playing against. And I'm also throwing them guys from Sea Caucus too, the 10 guys that are up in Sea Caucus. They just playing everybody tonight. And I'm like, come on, man. You can only play like 5 at a time. Come on, man, you're killing me.
I'm kind of amazed, Mark, and that they're only down 7 in this game.
Yeah,
because they've been totally outplayed like all night long, and they can't seem to figure out how to play this team. Brett Brown can't figure it out. There's obviously the guys on the roster are like wondering like what the hell's going on, and they're only down now it's 9 on their home court. I'm amazed they're not getting blown out.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both.
Did you think, Mark, coming into this game, that the Sixers just looked different and would beat the Celtics, or do you think it would be more of the same?
I thought just because they looked different. The team looked different.
Yeah.
They played different. Like, Brett Brown is actually making the team. The way that this team is now, it seems like that Brett can coach them a little bit better, but it just seems they just can't seem to fix whatever is going on. And this is what kind of irks my soul, guys. The fact that they were able to beat the best team in the Eastern Conference, like, pretty much, it was pretty much over from tip-off.
Yep.
And they're coming into this thing with the team. You can see that the Celtics are fragmented and doing whatever they're doing. It just something just ends up happening where they're just playing like trash. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Mark, listen, man, first and foremost, thank you, brother, for chatting and checking in with us, man. Please, don't be a stranger on this.
I won't, guys.
Purple drink, bro. Purple drink.
Purple drink.
Love it. Thank you, Mark. Listen, now, that's the point, though, is that this team went into Milwaukee. You and I were doing the Derailed show that day, and in which they killed the Bucks.
Yeah.
You know, it got close at one point, but they held them off, and that was a sound victory. And once again, we have at home against Boston, national audience, team shitting the bed.
I mean, shit in the bed. They're down 5 with 6.5 to play in the third. I mean,
fluctuating though.
But I hear you. I mean, they looked like they had command in that game against Milwaukee on the road for a long portion of time. It got close at the end. It was a sweat at the end. It was a long fourth quarter, but this is another one of these situations at home, Eitan, and we've done many of these on Fan Cred where they're at home against good teams. Toronto, we had Boston before, where they just come out and they're just outplayed in the first half, and then they're playing from behind. And that really concerns me. I'm like, if you don't have an advantage at your home court where you're going to just come out freaking pumped up and with energy and take the game by the throat, they don't seem to be able to do that.
No, they play down.
Yeah.
They play up and they play down. They'll play up with the Bucks. They'll play up with the Warriors. They'll play down with the Knicks, and they'll play down with everybody. Like, they'll play down with some shitty teams.
Now, they're only down 3 right now. It's 82-79.
No, I understand, but the difference is that they'll never close anybody out.
Right.
And when you can't get big up 20 on a team in the third quarter and survive a 10-0 or 8-0 run that you know is going to come in the fourth quarter, and now all of a sudden you're up 14, well, hey, you went from being up 22 to 14. You're still in the lead. You're still going to close that game out, as opposed to only being up 8 or 6, and that run comes, and now with 8 minutes left in the fourth, you find yourself down 2 or 4 points. It's just like playing with fire, man. It doesn't – there needs to be more closure with this team. Like, they need to be able to close more teams out late in the game, and I don't understand why they have struggled mightily to do this all year. All year.
No, you're right. Now, right now as it stands with the standings, the Sixers are firmly in the 3 seed right now. 2.5 games ahead of Indy.
And 3 ahead of Boston tonight, but that could be 2 if they lose.
Right. I'm just saying the way it stands before the final tonight, they're in the 3 seed, 2.5 against Indiana, which I can't believe Indiana has hung on this long without Oladipo, but they have. Indiana's a half game up on Boston. So right now you'd have Philly against Detroit. Now everybody's going to want that matchup. They'll destroy Detroit. But then after that you get Toronto, which they have not beaten. I mean, when was the last time they beat Toronto? I think they're like 1-16 or something.
Offhand, I don't really remember at the moment. But it's been a while. It doesn't really look great. All right, let's get to some chats. Again, you can put them up here in the message. You just saw our buddy Mark pop in on the fan line. So just go chat live, right up there at the top, and we'll put you up on the fan live like we did with Mark. Let's work up here on some stuff. All right, Harry. Meg, rank the teams the Sixers are afraid of in the playoffs. So the Celtics number 3 behind the Bucks and Raptors or higher because of matchup.
No.
I think they're number the Bucks.
I think the Celtics are number one.
I think the Celtics are Raptors.
I just think that the Raptors, they haven't beaten the Raptors in forever. I get that. But I don't think that there is such a disparity with the coaches that there is with Boston. Stevens is way up here, and Brett Brown's way down here. And plus, you've got players on this roster, even backup players like Rozier, who's a very good player, who has a freaking – he wants to stiff it up, the Sixers, you know what, without lube. Like, they want to crush these guys because they think that the Sixers talk too much. There's too much celebrity stuff. There's too much social media crap. They want to just fucking bury them on the hardwood. And that's a mentality that this group has that I don't know that Toronto really cares about. So I put Boston with their roster and their coach ahead of Toronto and way ahead of Milwaukee. I think Boston.
But just from a basketball standpoint, Toronto is a machine.
They are. But when they get to the playoffs, it doesn't. Something happens with them.
Right, but now that you have Kawhi on that team, I think it takes it to a step. It almost removes that level of confidence you have going up against the Raptors in years past because now Kawhi
made a big bucket. He's got to go to the free throw line. It's 82-81.
To tie it up
with 5 minutes to go
in the third.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if this can be that turning point. Sixers, to their credit, which he knocks it down.
Yeah.
Sixers, to their credit, like as much as we say they play down and as much as we say they let bad teams hang around, it feels like very rarely get really blown out.
No, you're right.
That's the difference is that they'll still hang around in games. And if you can get them to the same time left, 4:50, but not the third, and it's the fourth quarter, then all of a sudden things change a little bit. And you see just four guys who are really talented on the floor, and you just go down possession by possession. Now, the Celtics are in the bonus, I believe, right? No, they're not.
Did you just see the line on Embiid? He's played 26 minutes. He's got 31 points and 16 rebounds in 26 minutes. This is kind of the effort that we saw on Sunday against the Bucks. Like Embiid is sort of taking this thing on where I know he had the night off last night, and I totally agreed with the load management, skipping the game against Charlotte.
Sure.
But when he plays, and he plays in these big games, he looks like the guy who's totally taking the team on his back.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that you're seeing more of like that Giannis than that Kawhi team on your back. Like it's just a domination, and he's not there to really make anybody better around him. Not that he's not, but this type of performance is like just taking the game over and possession by possession, just doing it as slow and deliberate as you can, getting him the basketball, and not just in the post, but any way you can, right? I mean, he's 1 for 2, only taking 2 threes, but him dominating the game and rebounding as well as he has tonight, that's just like a total control. It's not like he's working and everything is flowing next to him. It's like everything or around him, everything is flowing through him, which we don't really see on a center, like a star like this.
No.
It's usually like a Kyrie or a Westbrook or a Harden.
Right. Like to me, he's not even a center. Like he's sort of like an amoeba. He almost like in his mind, he's playing all 5 positions at some point in the game.
Yes, for the most part. If you want
Which
to look
sometimes I don't like. Sometimes I don't like it.
I don't see. You don't like the fact that he shoots all these threes.
Well, he's only shot 2 tonight.
Right.
What was it on Sunday? I think it was ridiculous.
A lot.
Like 13, I think.
Right. Bauer, is there anything that makes us feel like they're going to learn to close teams out too? No. Bauer, I don't know unless we see it. Unless, like tonight would be an opportunity in which they go up by 4 with 4 minutes left, or 6 with 4 minutes left, and by the end of the game they win by 12 or 14 points. Like that would be, a 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. They're up by 4, and then by 2 minutes left, they're just fouling out to end the game in order to secure a double-digit lead. That would be closing a good team out tonight, Harry.
Yes.
I don't know how much time we really have at this point, but and also we're reminded 7 points from the Sixers bench, 24 from the Celtics. That's going to eat them up in the playoffs.
It is.
Eat them up in the playoffs.
And I want to get to this with you. Fourth quarter, late in games, I would rather have Jimmy Butler being the guy with the ball in his hands, dictating the tempo, dictating the offense, and taking the ball out of Simmons' hands. That's just me.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Bringing the ball up?
Well, I don't care about bringing the ball up, but once they're in the half court, I'd rather have a guy like Butler be sort of the point guard than Ben.
Well, what are you going to do with Ben?
I don't know. Maybe you stick him as the power forward, and he plays within the 8 to 10 foot range of the basket, which is the only goddamn spot that he's comfortable taking a shot anyway.
Yeah, but he could get to the basket, and by doing that,
so can Butler.
Right, but Ben is such a difficult matchup that you can
What?
have multiple. Right, here's the thing, though. I'll answer your question. Both can get to the basket, right? Both can do different things when they have the ball outside. But when you take the ball away from Ben, you take his ability to score, to your point, outside of the key. So he's relegated to like an old school power forward. But
here's the other thing.
If you still do that, if you have the ball in Ben's hands, then you have two guys who can take it in there.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, though. Everybody knows on the other team that Ben isn't going to shoot the ball from 15 feet. So the only thing that he can do is get to the rim. They could defend for that late in games. Like great teams and great coaching staffs will find a way to minimize his ability to get to the rim. Because he doesn't have the other alternative of
Boston last year. I don't think you see it as much. I know it gets highlighted every now and again on Twitter, and that gets circled around on the meme and everything that goes around. But
he was fouled. They didn't call it.
He was fouled.
Yeah, he was. Now Ben just dribbled the ball right out of bounds. Try to get behind his back.
That's a shame.
This is outrageous.
I just don't know what to do that late in that game.
He tried to get cute.
All right. Remember, all your chats, all your comments, put up there anything you want to type. Also, you can go live on our Fan Live button up on your top right. Click it. We had our pal Mark jump on. That's all you need to do is just push that button, and we'll put your lovely, beautiful face up here with Harry and myself as well. And we appreciate you continuing to interact and follow along on the Fan Cred app. 3 points, man.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. Just this is a monster quarter right now for the Sixers. And
it really is.
I don't want to hyper focus on the fact that they're still down or the fact that they've played a little sloppy as this quarter is kind of ending. The reality is that they were down significantly. 7 points, I think it was, at the half? 5 really at the half, but it felt worse, didn't it? And now what you have is you've got a team that has fought back and outscored them by, if nothing changes, 8 points, an 8-point swing in the first half. It was 10. Pardon me. Yeah,
I mean the Sixers.
Sixers were down 11 at the half, and it could be an 8-point swing after this quarter if they just hold on.
No. They were up at the half. They had 31 and 31 in the first and second quarter.
Sixers were down 11 at the half. They were down 9 after 1 and then down 2 after 2.
Well, then this
11 total.
I'll show you this. It says
the score was 69 to 58 at the half, Aaron.
Right, I know, but I'm showing you Trying to get this on. Look what I'm looking at. 31-31.
That's Milwaukee.
No. Milwaukee is 28-25.
I'm talking about tonight's game. You're talking about Milwaukee?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm on a different game. Sorry, bro.
How much vodka you drink before this?
No, it wasn't that. I was looking up to make sure that what I gave you as a stat for Embiid for shooting 3-pointers was correct, that he shot 13. So I went back to the Milwaukee game and I verified the stat. So my apologies. Yeah, you're correct. It was the Boston Celtics had 69 at the end of the first half to 58. So you're right. It was an 11-point game.
My goodness, man. My goodness.
That's why this is.
Here we are. We're at a break right now. Okay, third quarter. We're going to commercial break on the air. Let me ask you this question as we wait for the fourth quarter to start. Okay?
Rozier almost made that, by the way.
He did. It looked close, right? But my goodness. So let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
You now know what's going to happen if the Sixers lose. I'm going to go on tomorrow. I have to drink that shit out of the blender, right?
Good.
Well, if the Sixers win, then I don't. And I get to walk away scot-free, and I get to rub it in at everybody. I'm going to be on there tomorrow either way. So if the Sixers win, I'm going to be as obnoxious as I possibly can with my chest out saying, I told you so. If the Sixers lose, okay, then I'm going to have to drink that shit. So 15 minutes of game time is left. Harry Mays, be honest with everybody out there. What are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the Sixers to lose, so I have to drink that, or are you rooting for the Sixers to win, despite me being 10 times more obnoxious as I normally am?
No, I'm rooting for the Sixers to win because I think this is a really important game for not only the team, their mentality, but also the coach to kind of not get over the hump because it's a regular season game. You're only going to get over it if you can beat a team like this in the playoffs. But just sort of, this coupled with the win on Sunday against Milwaukee on the road, I think would give them a big mental boost going into the playoffs. So that's what I'm rooting for. I don't want you to have to drink this bullshit. I don't really care, but I care about the Sixers more.
Okay. Will you watch if you know that I have to drink that?
Yes.
You will?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you wouldn't.
No,
I thought maybe you'd be sleeping in or something along those lines.
Send me a text very early in the morning and I'll watch it.
Oh, will you film it, like live stream it?
Yeah, I might. Right off the TV. I'm going to have to take a break because I got to go take a piss. Can you hold this? Yeah, right now.
Well, what is this?
I don't know. We're in a commercial break. Don't we have commercial breaks here on Fan Cred? For Christ's sake.
You signed up for an hour broadcast, man.
An hour? I signed up for the fourth quarter. We had the whole goddamn second half.
We always go an hour. It's 8:45. 9:45.
No, I gotta pee. I gotta go. Nature calls.
This is a travesty. Already, you have screwed us going to the wrong box score, and now you're just going to get up and leave?
No, I'm going to come back.
I don't think you will. I think this is your way out. All right, let's see how long it takes him, because I guarantee you that he's going to skip out and take his wee little time. I can't believe this. A bathroom break? This might be the first time in the history of a Fan Cred broadcast that somebody has irresponsibly planned ahead of time. And instead of just going to the bathroom before the show, which a normal human being would do, Harry Mays decides to wait and play bathroom roulette to see if he can hold it. Well, here we are right now, and still, as we begin this fourth quarter, there's tight 5-point game, Sixers hanging around, and that's really all you want to see at this point, hanging around. Because there really isn't anything more that the Sixers need to do. They don't need to convince you or me by blowing this team out in the fourth quarter. They don't need to make this a convincing shutdown, move away from a 1-2 point victory that you're used to against a good team at home, if you get that, and blow them out by 15. I think at this point, we're looking at a preview of the playoffs. We are. Boston is still trying to figure this thing out to the point at which they're not a well-oiled machine. They've been making a lot of mistakes, similar mistakes all season. So while they may look like at times against the Sixers, they are mirrored like the Warriors. The reality is that, look, not bad at all, not bad at all. The reality is the point here about Boston. You know, Boston is similar to the Sixers this year in that they are making a lot of the same mistakes week in and week out with teams, and just different from rotation issues with Brad Stevens to turning the ball over, sound familiar, to bad shots, to difficult rotation issues that they've had as well on the floor, like playing together. That's why they're not a better basketball team this year. It's not just because Gordon Hayward's been hurt. They just look really good against the Sixers.
I agree. But don't you give them somewhat of a pass for the way they perform in the playoffs, regardless of what seed they are coming in? They've had an MO of playing very well in the playoffs, where they've got a veteran group, and you look at they're trying to work through some on the court and locker room issues between some of the veterans and what.
The semi kid with another 3.
Oh.
His first 3 of the night, but like, come on. That's what I'm saying. Like another 3, like, are you kidding me? Like the Baines guy, another one.
Right.
What?
It's not Baines, it's somebody else.
Right. Semi.
Yeah.
Redick.
Who is he? Oh.
Do you know the most famous semi?
No.
Come on, man.
No, I don't.
Arsenio Hall played a guy named Semi in what famous movie alongside Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, I don't know.
They did they're doing a sequel to it.
I have no idea.
Coming to America. You never saw
Oh, really?
Yeah. What are you doing right now, man?
No, it's Semi's his first name, but it's Ojale.
I know,
right?
but I was calling him Semi.
He's the guy who went to Duke and then transferred to SMU.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I was giving you the real Semi, which was the dude Arsenio Hall from Coming to America, and you act like I don't think you've seen that movie.
Yeah, I saw the movie in the 80s, bro. You don't remember Semi? There are years in the 80s that I don't remember a thing. So you're going to ask me about Semi, who was an offhanded character in a movie.
He was co-star. What do you mean offhanded? He was the damn co-star.
Stop. Eddie Murphy was the star of that movie.
Arsenio Hall played like 4 people in that movie.
Yeah, good. He should have played 8.
Yeah, right.
Arsenio Hall is like this. Eddie Murphy's like this. Stop.
Wait a second.
Arsenio Hall like pleasured himself to Eddie Murphy. Are you kidding me?
Wait a second here. That's the most famous Semi in the history of Hollywood. There's not another. So you should.
I don't care. I don't care about Semi. I care about whole. I don't care about semi. Give me the whole thing.
Not semi. Like Demi Moore, Semi.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Semi.
Now it's a 9. It's a 9-point game because Rozier just knocked a 3-pointer down.
Rozier is a son of a bitch,
and now
man.
I'm getting a little nervous.
I'm telling you, I never realized when he was playing at Louisville that he would be this good of a pro. This guy has got stones. He can handle the rock. He's tough. He can defend, and he's just a son of a bitch. He's the kind of guy that you want on your team. I got to admire. I admire this team. I really do. I know that's not a popular opinion where we live, but I respect these guys because they come out and they don't just put it up on social media. They finish you on the court.
Yep, you're right.
They do.
Jeff asked us to compare Arsenio Hall and Eddie Murphy to current Sixers.
Arsenio Hall.
Ooh. All right, well, let's start with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is there's nobody really on the Sixers because it would be like Dirk. Like Eddie Murphy's like Dirk, where you've got a legend at one point. Like Eddie Murphy's one of the funniest comedians ever, right? Dirk's one of the bad. Nah, maybe Dirk's a bad comparison, but I was going to say somebody with like one or two, like Dwayne Wade, maybe Dwayne Wade. Mm-hmm. That's who Eddie Murphy is. Hall of Famer, multiple champion, had some really bad years, some questionable years like daddy daycare years, but also his hits were so good that he was the lead, like alongside Shaq and LeBron. Like Dwayne Wade, that first championship they won, Dwayne Wade was more important than LeBron.
What was that series that Eddie Murphy did where he was that teacher that talked to animals or something? They made a couple of movies out of it.
Dr. Dolittle?
Something like that. Yeah, it was awful.
I think it's Dr. Dolittle, man.
Was it Dr. Dolittle? Or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been. Yep. Awful.
Sure was.
Just awful.
You need to step up on your movie stuff today. You're dropping a ball on Dolittle and Semi.
I'm watching documentaries. I watch documentaries. I'm trying to learn.
That's just depressing, man.
I don't really need to be that entertained anymore. I entertain myself. So I'm trying to learn things.
What's the worst Eddie Murphy movie he ever made?
The worst?
Yeah.
Probably one of those Dr. Dolittle movies.
No, I don't necessarily think so.
No?
No.
Well, I mean, like 48 Hours and all that stuff were freaking phenomenal.
Oh, no, that's what I mean. Like, Eddie Murphy has made some gems.
Yeah.
Let's go to the polls, huh?
Let's go to the polls.
I'm going to...
we got a 9-point game.
Yes.
And Joel Embiid has like 35 points and 18 rebounds. Now Butler hits a 3. Like what has Ben Simmons done tonight? Let's go to the stats.
Do you really want to go to the stats? Because they're not pretty. This thing has not been pretty for anybody but Joel Embiid, who's dropped 35 tonight.
Ben Simmons in 33 minutes has scored 10 points. He's a +3, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Not terrible, but Butler, I need more out of Butler. I do.
Butler just knocked the 3 down. The problem is that they're not getting anything back on defense. Listen, I really don't want to eat that shit tomorrow, and it's an 8-point game right now.
No, because you might not be. Well, look at Rozier. You see the play he just made?
Yeah, he's so tough.
He is tough.
Vampire. Okay, I disagree that Vampire in Brooklyn is a bad movie. Bowfinger, Holy Man.
What are you talking about?
Vampire in Brooklyn is a fucking hilarious movie. Eddie Murphy.
I didn't see it.
You got to watch this movie because Eddie Murphy is hilarious, and Eddie Murphy plays this one guy. It's like he's all makeup. He's this Italian guy. And he's in all this makeup, and he's got this, stringy, greasy hair, and he looks just like, it's this mobster. And he tries to rob this restaurant, and it's this amazing scene where he sounds like Chaz Palminteri. I kid you not. Like, it's a really great movie. It's just a ridiculously stupid plot. That's all.
Did you just see that last possession for the Sixers?
I was watching the Rozier on replay just to.
They bring the ball down the court. Okay, and
you talking about Ennis's foul just now?
What?
You talking about Ennis's foul just now?
No, Ben Simmons passes it over to Joel Embiid on the wing. There's like 17, 18 seconds left in the shot clock, and he fires up a 3.
Yeah.
I think it did not happen.
I think he's being told to do that.
Well, if that's the case, then whoever's telling him needs to be fired.
Wow, who do you
Fired.
tell me one person to tell him to do that? Right?
Fired. Yes.
I'm looking at this now. 20, 19, 18.
That's a disgrace.
Excuse me. I tell you this though, that's what guys like who have the green light do.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what somebody on the wing who has that green light, or the two guard, or the shooting point guard, like Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum, will do that.
Right, and it's so counterproductive and just like ass backwards that the guys with the green light are the center who's 7'2", but not the point guard who doesn't want to shoot. This whole team is backwards. It is.
Yeah,
It is. It's backwards.
I tell you, man, they make them work all the time. And you're right. There is something different with this where they have not developed an off-the-ball identity for Ben Simmons, which is amazing to me.
I know.
They
I know.
really
You're right. It's like when he's off the ball. It's like when he's off the ball, he just goes and hides in the corner.
Right.
Hoping to take a defender.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
By the way, mentions are exploding right now because I asked what the worst movie is.
Good.
Now, listen, there's some good points being made on the chat here. Jeff, the fact that Ben Simmons transforms into replaceable genetic player when he plays the Celtics is the ultimate testament to Stevens' coaching. That's his scheme, right? You mentioned that earlier. Ben Simmons is just not looking great tonight. He looked like an average player tonight, and that's part of the scheme, is to take away everything except that outside shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, totally. I mean, like,
right.
let's get some more mentions. Let's roll them up.
I mean, come on. Dom. They're not even trying to run sets, just catch and shoot. Yes, and that's why we saw that one play over the half court where there were 4 seconds off the clock and Embiid just launched.
You know what they look like?
Green light. These guys do. I don't know why you have a problem with this, Harry, but they're telling Embiid to shoot threes.
Well, that's great. That's awful. To me, I'm eliminating that. You know, they look like Temple right now, where there just doesn't seem to be any like sets being run. It's just sort of like, let's pass the ball around. Can this guy get open? Let's take a three. There seems to be nothing to this offense at times, and that is not going to win in the playoffs.
Right.
Not.
I don't know if it's going to beat the Celtics. My goodness.
It'll beat the Pistons. They'll beat the Pistons if that's what they get. Second round, out.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you that. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But
now, what do you do with Brett Brown? What do you do with Brett Brown if he loses 4-1 to the Toronto Raptors in the second round?
If they lose 4-1 to the Toronto Raptors in the second round, I'm calling.
This is what's going to happen.
I'm going to call Rick Pitino in Greece and see if he can come over and coach this team.
You do? All right. I'm with that. I'm down with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm down with that. He could wear the Colonel Sanders white suit whenever they play the Celtics.
Yeah.
That would be great, right?
Okay, listen. Real quick, programming note. Everybody out there paying attention. We are back a week from tomorrow night. That's March 28th, Thursday night. Sixers Nets. We'll get to see D'Angelo Russell. We'll probably go for 50 on this Sixers
team. The Nets.
Right. The Nets. The Russian Nets will take on the Sixers. We'll be there. 8:45 is when we'll start. So mark it down right now. 8:45 is where we'll be there.
The only word I didn't want to hear a Russian woman say.
Niet?
Niet. That's it. Yeah.
That's no for the people out there who may not know Russian.
Right.
You know, there are people out there, Harry, that may not speak the language.
Right. That's true. There's people out there that can't even speak English.
Well, that's true as well. That's why they follow up.
Front rim, and they get the rebound. You know, I tell you what, this this Morris kid has
Tough.
He's been a great player for them.
And they let him go.
Yeah, he's developed into a really valuable NBA player.
Man, you talk about a quiet 19 points for Tobias Harris tonight, huh?
I know.
Boy, what would you say if I gave you 15 seconds? Why did they lose this game tonight?
Well, the other team, the opponent has a cutthroat mentality when it comes to playing the Sixers that I don't see in the inverse. Like this team, Boston comes in here, whenever they play the Sixers, they want to freaking stomp on their neck. And I don't see that the other way.
Yeah. I think that there's something to that where
coaching is also a disparity.
Coaching is different.
I look at players, they want to destroy them.
Yeah.
Boston.
Todd says Sixers playing scared seems to be some kind of mental block. That feeds into exactly what you were just saying, in that there seems to be this not fear, but concern, trepidation almost. Where
Butler just hit a big three.
There you go. The guy you were ripping who said they shouldn't even be on the team anymore. He just hits a big three.
I never said that. Are you kidding me? I love Jimmy Butler. I want him to take more of an aggressive role.
Well, this isn't. When he 4 of 11, 2 of 6, it's aggressive. It just didn't pay off. That three just.
Oh! We are tied.
I love it.
Bang!
I love it.
How about that?
Shit.
Good. I don't want
to have $100 on this game right now. My stomach is already in preparation for what's going to happen.
I don't want you to have to eat that crap, because then you might not be able to be at our appearance tomorrow from 4 to 6 at the Valley Forge Race and Sportsbook, the former Oaks Turf Club.
Right.
For NCAA March Madness action.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be there from 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Better believe it, Harry.
You better believe it, Harry.
Tie game is insane, man. Full timeout right now. Momentum, you'd like to think, has swung back for the Sixers, but
yeah,
this is again. We were just talking about this 20 minutes ago in real time. How this is your opportunity to close the team out. Okay, it's a tie game with 5 minutes left. Where are you with 1:30 on the clock? Are you up 8? Are you up 9? Or are you down 1 or tied? And if Daniel Theus is doing something in this game, then you got a problem.
No, I agree. I agree. But, like, you see Butler show up periodically in these fourth quarters. He needs to do it more. He's the guy, when they acquired him, that I thought was like, man, now they got a guy that can get his own shot. He can come off screens. He can handle the ball in the fourth quarter. All these different things that they really didn't have at that point. I need to see more out of it from him.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get – but you got that tonight. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're going to get anything truly different than what
why is Scott –
you just want to see the shots fall, right? Scott just lost 3.
Yeah, I mean, how much time was left on the shot clock when he did that? I couldn't tell.
6-7 seconds.
All right, so that wasn't.
No. I think 17 seconds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the kind of stuff that cannot happen. Like if that's a college game, that college coach is immediately taking him out of the game. You're out.
Yes.
You're taking a 3 with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. You're not even a great 3-point shooter. You're out.
And they got lucky, mind you, that Kyrie misses that bunny.
I know. Oh, now we got a foul. Now that's a heady play by Butler into Horford's chest.
Just to raise that. Now he's going to go on the line for 2.
Right. This is what I like to see. I want to see Jimmy Butler be the ball handler, the guy that controls the game late. I think that's what the team needs.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Again, it comes with the off the ball. Like that wasn't bringing and setting it up on a half court. That was an out of bounds play. So I'm with you. Like I don't have any problem in that regard where Ben Simmons is moving on the other side of the inbound and Jimmy Butler is moving to get the ball and create something. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if Jimmy Butler is the point guard bringing it up from three-quarter court to run a pick-and-roll offense.
No. I'm not saying that.
Okay.
No. By the way, Redick's tattoos, which I want to get your thought on these because he's got like that one sleeve almost going on his left arm.
Right.
How do you think that looks? Well, like, would you do that? Like, I could see you being a tattoo guy.
I don't have one tattoo.
I know you don't, but I could see it. I could see it.
I could see it, Peter. If I had a cable and the game wasn't too late, they started these games at 4:58 in the morning.
No, I could see you, being an inksman.
I don't know, man. I feel like I would constantly regret it. I'd look at it for like the first year, and I would love it. And then I would look down at that thing and like constantly regret it. I think I have too many friends that have tattoos that they constantly regret when they're brought up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of crew that has tattoo regret.
Absolutely. Or I just know too many people.
Embiid trying to be a point guard, going to the rim, double dribble, turnover. I'm telling you, it's not a good idea.
Not when it's
where he fucking thinks that he's 6'5", like a wing player that can go to the rim is a problem. The problem.
I don't mind that. I don't know. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I'm watching the replay of this right here. He got Kyrie off of him. The problem is that it's like a mental mistake. I think he's capable of that move. And if he's capable of that move,
play Tobias Harris to Embiid.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Off the miss. And now Tatum with the miss. Here we go. Sixers up. Are you ready, Harry?
Yeah.
This is what you wanted. You wanted me to not have to drink that shit.
2:40 to play.
I got 2:23 left.
You do?
Butler just put him up by 3. Let's go. Sixers about to close this game out. A huge victory. I don't care how it comes. All right?
No, it doesn't matter how it comes.
I don't care how it
I don't know how my goddamn TV got so fucking far behind.
I told you to cut that damn cable off, man.
No, I'm not. No, I paused it for something. Now we got a tie game.
Well, the problem was that Al Horford came back and did his thing.
Yeah.
That's
Al Horford kills the Sixers. Oh, what a play. Butler to Harris.
And now Irving playing hero ball misses that shot right away. That's it.
See, that's what I'm saying, though. The ball in Butler's hands, I think, is a better option late in games.
Jeff, why the hell haven't the Sixers been hitting Redick on the wing more? Isn't that what he's there for? Absolutely. I think that, again, the disappearing of people, especially that we see with Redick at times, and it's not Redick's fault, but just the offense. Megan, also, is Redick still living in Brooklyn and commuting? Is that a home game for him next week? Is he still commuting? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if he's commuting. I know he has a house in Brooklyn. He and his wife do.
Right.
I mean, it's almost like Chamberlain used to commute from New York City when he was with the.
That's not a bad commute from south of Brooklyn. You can make it to Philly in 90 minutes, less than that. Wow, yeah. Jason Tatum just doing grown man things, man.
Now we might have to go overtime here, Eitan. We've already gone overtime. Now we might have to go overtime.
Would you rather have Jason Tatum or Markelle Fultz?
What? Are we still discussing this? Has Markelle Fultz played any minutes for the Orlando Magic?
No. Did you hear the latest update with Fultz?
No.
The latest is that he's now going to practice train with his team, not Drew Hanlon, out in LA. So a novel idea is actually going to rehab with the coaches of the team that he plays for, not some guy out there in LA.
I thought that he and Hanlon had a falling out.
Probably because the guy stinks. And Hanlon's like, I can't keep making these decisions to work with you. Simmons now puts him up by 2. Foul on Marcus Morris. Here we go. Oh,
yeah, that was a great play. Great play by Ben.
Oh, boy, I tell you. Remember, there's still time. You want to jump in on the live element, the button at the top right, the fan live button will put you right up here with Harry and I. We had our pal Mark up in Jersey jump in. You can jump in as well. There's still plenty of time to do that. And again, a reminder, a week from tomorrow, March 28th, Thursday, 8:45 is our next game against the Brooklyn Nets. Full timeout, down 3 with 41 seconds to go. Wow.
Yep.
Now,
good free throw.
It is.
Man.
But now you have to ask yourself, is this too tight? Like, again, play defense. You have the opportunity to just play defense right now. No foul, no laps. Just get in front and get a stop. This is the easiest thing you can do all night is just get a stop.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
They're going to be thirsty for a 3. So let you know what I'm saying? Like, don't foul behind the 3-point line and don't give up some easy cut because you're overcompensating for the 3 that you both know is going to come. I mean, just we'll see.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, at this point, if you're the Sixers, you know that I look at it as the Celtics are going to score. They're going to score
at some point.
Whether it's a 2
well, they've missed
or
bad shots recently down the stretch here.
Yeah, but I think they're going to score. I'm not saying a 3, but let's just put 2 on the board. Then what do you do? Because there's multiple possessions left here. So
if you're the Sixers, what do you do, or the Celtics?
The Sixers offensively in the next set.
If you give up a 2 and you're up 1,
yeah,
you still have a 2 for 1. How many seconds?
Let's just say 30.
All right, so you have a 2 for 1 scenario, right?
Right.
So I think you said 30 seconds, so you don't. I would drag that. I think you drag it down and you try to work for something where you're put on the line.
You got Embiid on Kyrie.
Marcus Morris, man, unbelievable. Had an opportunity, and that's
what
it.
A play! What a play athletically by Embiid on Kyrie. First of all, is incredible. Now
think about that. Think about this possession that we just saw. This was fantastic.
I know,
right?
It's unbelievable. Now Butler almost lost the ball. Oh, oh my God! Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Can you believe it?
He almost lost the ball out of bounds.
I can't believe it.
Look at this. Look, he almost lost the ball.
I'm watching it again. I pushed the button to go back to it again.
Oh, my God. Now, I want to go back and watch that sequence defensively with Embiid because that was some of the most unbelievable defense I've seen. You're talking about a 7'2" guy against what? Kyrie's 6'3", 6'2".
Right.
Right?
Yes.
All right. He's out here on the perimeter. There's a switch off of Horford. Now he's guarding him. He gets by him, but Embiid slides by the other side and makes a play on the ball and then gets the rebound.
Yep.
It's pretty incredible.
Oh my goodness.
It really is.
Holy shit.
Yeah. You see that?
Yes.
It's amazing. Like, I mean, Boston does the right thing to get the switch.
Right.
Kyrie gets by him, but he sneaks around the other side and is so long and athletic that he gets to play on the ball. That's the play of the game. Outside of Butler hitting a shot, that's the play of the game.
No, Embiid's block is something that is just not seen.
It's extraordinary.
There aren't many people that are like 6'11", right?
Yeah.
6'10" and above that have that type of athletic ability to stick with a point guard.
Right.
But he did, and the recovery, like, again, think of it, his ability to recover that way.
Yeah. Well, it was all about the recovery. He got burned.
Exactly.
He got totally burned.
He gave up. He had some cushion.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, when you have a little cushion, you can afford to bite a little bit if you can recover. And, you know, some of the great, right? I mean, Dion, some of the great cornerbacks will give enough because they can recover if they get beat. Charles Woodson was amazing before he moved positions. And I just think that with Embiid, you don't see big men that have that type of athletic ability to recover that way.
I know. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's a huge win for the Sixers. They win by 3, 118-115. You couple that with the Milwaukee win, and I think that's got to, in a large way, make you feel better about, you know, what they can do in these playoffs. You know, I know it's only one game here, one game there. Does that stretch out to a 7-game series? I don't know, but I'm impressed by these 2 wins.
No, I tell you what, I think at this point, you look at this win, and it's much more important to win this way than to win by 20. Because if you win by 20, it's a convincing win, but there's going to be the regular season stuff. There's going to be, well, Terry Rozier was in foul trouble, or Al Horford had an off night. All that can be in there. The Celtics had a good game tonight. I don't want to take that. Like, this was not a shitty performance by the Celtics.
No.
They had a good game tonight, and the Sixers went out and beat them that way.
Yep.
Kyrie played a little too much hero ball, but outside of that, I mean, the Celtics were not brutal tonight.
Kyrie had 36 tonight. You know, Rozier had
29 shots.
Well, I know.
No, what? He was 3 of 13 from 3, Harry.
I know. I'm just saying he had 36 points.
Yeah, but look at the usage rate on that. That's not even an analytic. That's just the reality. Like 36
rate on me. I don't have my calculator out to calculate the usage rate.
Come on, man. People have been talking usage rate since the 70s. Where you been?
No, stop.
Where you been? The guy took 39 shots to get to 26 points. Ah, man.
All I care about is that Jimmy Butler.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Career high 22 rebounds tonight for Embiid.
Is that right? You ready for that?
37 points, 22 rebounds. They're saying it's a career high. He was 20 of 21 from the free throw stripe. I'll tell you what, you got a 7'2" guy going to the free throw line, and he's that good. That is an incredible asset. That's why he needs to be on the block late in games, because he's not going to be getting those fouls out in the perimeter. He's such an asset at the free throw line.
He's going to get something. Did you see that, brother? TJ, man. He's going to get something, though, where he can take somebody off the dribble and draw a foul similarly to a guard or wing. I get it, though. It's not ideal. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not. It's not, but that's a great win. Now you look at them. Like, Boston could have locked down a playoff spot tonight with a win and a loss by some other team, I forget. But Boston right now in the bracket, They're fifth. They're 6.5 clear of Detroit, so they're not at risk of falling. So they're locked into the 5 seed. Maybe they get the 4 seed.
Need Harry's March Madness tourney sleeper and winner. Need it. That's from Jeff.
So the Sixers are clear of Boston. Well, what did he want? My sleeper?
Yeah.
Like, what constitutes a sleeper? A team that wins their first round game that they shouldn't, or a team that goes into the Sweet 16?
Ooh.
I need more information.
I don't know technically what it would be, right?
I like Northeastern against Kansas.
Okay.
In the first round.
Murray State?
I think they can win the game, and I definitely think they can cover the 6.5. Northeastern. Murray State, I actually like Marquette. Everybody's on Murray State. I like Marquette.
Well, okay, I'll give you one right now.
Go ahead.
It's a tight line, and I would just love it if it were a little closer. But Belmont +3 against Maryland is a lot.
I like Maryland. I like Belmont. I like Belmont.
I like Belmont too. That is a lock.
Yeah. The other one I like is Seton Hall against Wofford.
Not bad though. I think Wofford. I don't think Wofford's that team this year that people are overlooking. I think Wofford is legit.
Well, I'm just saying that there's all these Cinderella. You got to look at these teams that people fall in love with. These lower conference teams that come in, they shoot the 3-pointer, and everybody falls in love with them because they're all like, oh, I'm going to ride that team to Sweet 16. This Seton Hall club is tough. They remind me of a scrappy, like 1990s, not a vintage John Chaney team, but one of those John Chaney teams that got into the tournament and it was just going to be a pain in your ass. That's what they remind me of. I like Seton Hall plus the 3 to at least cover, maybe win the game outright. That's going to be a very tight game. Good game.
Now look at that. See, Jeff, you ask, we give. That should be enough, right?
I hope so.
Well, listen, you're a man of the people here.
Well, I mean, we'll be at Valley Forge Race and Sportsbook tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'm putting in wagers.
And then 2 to 4 on Friday. Make sure you stick with us. Continue to follow along and interact with everybody on the FanCred app. And we will be back a week from Thursday night.
And the show starts April 1st.
How about
noon
that?
To 2 on 97.3 ESPN. Download the app. All you people in the Philadelphia area that might not be able to get the station, I get it. Get the app. It's on the App Store. It's very easy. 97.3 ESPN. Download that. We're going to dominate.
Awesome. That's Harry Mays. At Harry Mays to you. I'm Shander Show on Twitter, at Shander Show. Again, thanks to everybody at FanCred. We'll see you all next week, Thursday, March 28th, 8:45, Sixers Nets. Until then, see ya.
Nets.